But the first thing I do want to talk about is how apparently Sony, they now by proxy own what's the name of this? From Software. All I had to do was look at the screen. My dumb ass wanted to look everywhere else but the screen. Anyway, point of that sentence was supposed to be that Sony now owns what the fuck is the name of that studio? Kusadoku. They own a part of the Kusadoku company, and one thing I said is most of this buyout is for Sony trying to own the anime division, and PlayStation being able to have ownership and control over like Elden Ring and all that, like, is something that they'll get by proxy. So I predict, now this is just what I'm guessing, this is just me saying what I think, but I think that Elden Ring won't be a PlayStation exclusive or anything like that. In terms of the gaming community, a lot of us gamers are seeing the word Sony and then seeing them buy the company that owns From Software. So a lot of us are thinking From Software, Sony buys From Software. Oh no, it's gonna be a PlayStation exclusive. But me personally, I don't think that they're going to force them to make their games PlayStation exclusives. PlayStation exclusives or nothing like that. I think they're still gonna let them operate just exactly how they were, because like I said, for those of y'all who don't know, Sony is basically trying to be like the owner, the king of all anime. So the reason why they're doing this has 0%, has absolutely nothing to do with them wanting to own the From Software studio, but by proxy, they do now own it. So speaking about the merger, Kusadoku CEO Takashi Natsuno said, "We are very pleased to conclude this capital and business alliance agreement with Sony. This alliance is expected to not only further strengthen our IP creation capabilities, but also increase our IP media mix options with Sony's support for global expansion, allowing us to deliver our IP to more users around the world. We are confident that this will greatly contribute to maximizing the value of our IP and increasing our corporate value in the mid to long term. We intend to do our utmost to ensure that our collaborative efforts with Sony produce great results in the global market." So that's basically, just to break it down and translate for you, that's basically a bunch of, what the fuck? Oh no, I closed it out. That's basically a bunch of yappage to say what I think I kind of predicted that they were saying. Basically, in terms of profits and in terms of scalability, they kind of hit a plateau and been on a plateau for a little minute, and they're trying to break out of being on that plateau, and they believe that Sony buying them out and giving them more money is the way to get out that plateau. Sony president, COO, and CFO Hikori Tutuki or Totorki? I don't know how to pronounce that last name, but Hiroki said, through this capital and business alliance, we will become the largest shareholder in Kusadoku, which coincidentally creates a wide variety of IP, including publications and books, which, like I said, you could go look at that other video where I talked about it. But the Kusadoku company, they own a lot of anime and manga properties, and they have direct connections to a lot of those manga outlets like Viz and stuff like that, because through creating their through creating anime for them. So again, Sony does not give a fuck about From Software. From Software is like a cool, alright, think of it as the anime offerings that they get from this deal is like the burger to the meal, and From Software is just like a good little box of fries. It's cool to have, but it's not the same as having a burger, right? You go into McDonald's and you just get some fries if you want something light, you're not that hungry. But if you a little bit broke on the broker side and you gotta choose between, because you can never forget the bev, never, right? So you gotta choose between the burger and a fries along with the bev. You're not choosing the fries. You're going to choose the burger and the bev. That's basically what's going on. Including publication books such as light novel. Yep, see that? Such as light novels and comics, as well as games and anime. Anime is the real main thing, but as well as games and anime. They're not concerned about the games part. That's an afterthought to them. By combining Sudoku's extensive IP and IP creation, basically, Sony, this statement is saying, because I read faster visually, like my eyes read faster than my mouth can say it. But basically, they're buying the motherfuckers up because, like I said, they have a bunch of connections in the industry, and instead of fighting to make those connections, they're Sony, they have a lot of money, they're gonna buy those connections. Fucking point proven. While FromSoft and their Souls game assets are likely only a small part of Sony's interest, the possibility of a Demon Souls sequel or Bloodborne games just increase exponentially. That is true, but the sad part is, it's probably going to be asked, because Sony's probably going to say, yeah, for y'all, those of y'all who want to play Elden Ring on PC, you can, but you have to sign in with a dumbass PSN. And if it's one thing we know that PlayStation, that PC players don't like, is having to sign in with their PSN for any game. FromSoft is currently still working with Bandai Namco on Elden Ring, which sees a crossover between the Dark Souls franchise and Elden Ring. So it'll be interesting to see if their relationship with Bandai Namco continues after this game is released. Unless there's like some hidden animosity type history, like for example how Nintendo and Sony like have beats from invention. Unless there's some type of animosity, I don't really see why why Bandai would stop working with them. Like I said, I could be wrong. But and also someone wants y'all to let me know about. Correct me if I'm wrong, but weren't the Dark Souls universe and the Elden Ring universe already connected? Like, weren't they already one and the same? I could be bugging, but you know, go ahead, let me know in the comments or whatnot. Also, I gotta put together this tier list too. I'm gonna make a tier list for all the upcoming games that I'm interested in, so that January can be tier list January. That's what I want that to be, or the end of December. One out the two. Let's close this out, open this up. Okay, we running on cool. Put that off. But no, these are, can I move these around? Oh, well, whatever. But yeah, let's go back to this. Nope. Read that already. And oh, I seen something for this, and as somebody who grew up with machinima, the fact that Grand Theft Hamlet is a real movie coming to US theaters in January is, to me, is like a crazy thing to see. Because I remember when I was younger, like machinima wasn't taken serious in terms of like the animation community. At first, the animation community treated machinima the same way they treated Flash animation. They treated it as just something that kids do in school and nerds do in school, or whatever the fuck that they do to pass the time, and it's not a real thing. But now we're at the point to where stuff like Newground, I was on Twitter the other day, and I was talking about how any modern large scale project in terms of the entertainment industry nowadays that you find in some way, shape, or form traces back to Newgrounds. Like, I remember hearing one of the lead artists on the that Star Wars game with Cal Kestis, Jedi Fallen Order, one of the dudes that was a major part of that was a Newgrounds artist. For example, I found out the other day that Marshmello is a protege of somebody who's a Newgrounds artist because he sampled a lot of his stuff. A lot of people in the EDM scene apparently, but also him have sampled a lot of this dude's stuff. So it's like, hey, it's one of those things where it's like, over time you realize that thing that they thought was just something to disregard and throw in a corner is now like a large scale thing. And it's crazy to see something like this happening. My question is, in terms of legality, how does this work? Like, do they have to get permission from Grand Theft Auto to be able to do this? Like, I mean, not Grand Theft Auto. Well, technically Grand Theft Auto, but do they have to go to Rockstar and be like, hey, we're creating a movie. Can we have permission to use your game in the creation of this movie? Especially if they're using characters or assets in this movie, or if they're using mods or whatnot. I also am kind of curious, so I have this article. Like, I'll link the tweet so that we can watch the video and then read the article. But I'm kind of curious as to how open Rockstar is to this, because Rockstar is a pretty tame company in terms of like suing people and stuff. In fact, they're usually the ones so loose that they're getting sued. But I want to know how Take-Two is really gonna react to something like this. So let's watch it.
GTA Online. We are putting on a production of Hamlet in GTA Online for the first time ever. We are looking for actors, so come and audition. Please try to stop us. You can't stop our Oh, they got me. Oh my god, they're really coming down now, look.
To be or not to be, that is the question.
You're welcome to audition if you want.
You crazy, no?
Okay, don't shoot us, please.
Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune.
My question is, now that I think about it, they're saying Hamlet. Are they talking about theaters as in AMC? We'll see that in the article, but my biggest question right now is, are they talking about theaters in terms of AMC and like stuff like that, AMC and Regal? Or are they talking about theaters in terms of and Shakespearean plays and shit like that? Also, the fucking audio mixing in this trailer is terrible, bro. Music is 10 times louder than the voices. All the fucking voice recordings are ass.
Oh, hang on.
Someone's here.
Whoa.
Oh, what the fuck?
That's quite an entrance.
You can call me Shaw.
I'm Jen. I'm Tilly.
I'm Defoe.
My name.
Also, another interesting thing I think about, I wonder about this film is, how are they gonna create their, like, I don't know how Grand Theft Auto online servers work now, but like, how are you gonna be able to put on this play and go to the locales and stuff you need and control the environment in the way that you need it? Because Grand Theft Auto is just an open lobby system. So imagine you're trying to do a sad scene where you're standing outside in front of your building, and let's say somebody is cutting off a long-term friend that was previously a drug addict. I don't know how the fuck Hamlet works. It's been 1,000 years since I read that play. Yes, I'm according to you niggas, I've been alive the same time as the dinosaurs. But it's been a long time since I read Hamlet. So like, he's in front of the building trying to kick his shorty out for cheating with his mans or something like that. And he's sitting there like, I don't ever want to see. Wait, hold up. He's sitting there like, I don't never want to see you again. After what you did to me, I can never accept you back in my household. Thou shalt not enter back into my humble abode. And they're trying to have like this sad, emotional scene. Then, oh, you know, out of nowhere, somebody comes out of nowhere with a fucking Sephiroth mod, and they're like, "How you doing, Nick?" This is a butter knife, and they come out of nowhere with this long ass sword. "How you doing, nigga?" And the motherfucker does that shit where he cuts the sky and then pushes the blade, cuts out, and it hits you, and it does an attack, and now you gotta fight through a whole ass fucking Final Fantasy, Kingdom Hearts ass, Sephiroth ass boss, and then the lore starts getting confusing like Kingdom Hearts. Like, I don't know, bro. I don't know. This seems like a really difficult environment to control if you're shooting this shit through online. Do you though?
We try saying to be or not to be, that is the question.
Look, my lord, it comes.
Random nigga number 9 quotes.
Like Shakespeare on $1 billion budget.
1 billion? Alright, bro.
Cops are here. Maybe
it probably costs $1 billion from the day Grand Theft Auto started production till now to make that damn game, and they definitely made it back, but still.
Who want to help us. That gives me hope that what we're trying to do is possible.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Grand Theft Hamlet.
I'm gonna read the article to see if we could get more details about it, but that looks like something cool. I'll watch the replay for. Okay, this shit is a paragraph long, so they're gonna add absolutely nothing. Damn, I added 3 articles about this shit. Something else I do want to talk about though, besides that, is how Fallout 76 is getting a ghoul update. Now, I made a video previously saying that a Fallout game where you could play as a ghoul would be interesting. Now, as y'all know, I don't give a fuck about Fallout gameplay. I fucking hate Fallout gameplay. I hate Fallout gameplay. I hate the niggas that say Fallout, what the fuck is it? New Vegas has the best gameplay, because a Fallout fan's favorite thing to say is play Fallout New Vegas. No, I'm not playing that broken ass, bullshit ass, bitch ass, pussy ass, hoe ass, funk ass game. No, I'm not playing that shit. But yeah. One thing I do want to see out of this is what story implications will we get in terms of being a ghoul. And I'm not too familiar with the lore, of Fallout 76, and I know part of the reason why Fallout 76 it's hard to find stuff about specifically its lore is because since it's a multiplayer experience, they don't want to convolute the story too hard and fuck up stuff in the future. Because for those of you who aren't aware, Fallout 76 is one of the I think it's the third, it's either the second or third earliest game in the timeline, because like Brotherhood and all that other shit doesn't count. Let me see, Fallout timeline. No, Fallout. I just want to hear a game. Damn, where's the one? Oh, here we go. Oh no, Fallout 76 is the first one in the timeline. Open image in new tab. So boom, I stand corrected. The first game that happened timeline wise is Fallout 76. Then it's Fallout 1, 2, 3, New Vegas 4, and then this Fallout, the last logo is the Fallout TV show 2024 Amazon series Fallout. So yeah, Fallout 76 is very, very early in the timeline. So I really want to see how they integrate the stories and how they explore the stories of being a ghoul or having people play as a ghoul. This, I'm not gonna lie, is something that makes me interested and at least re-downloading the game and giving it another try now that I could start off as a ghoul, because that could be an interesting idea. That could be an interesting idea. Now, I know a lot of Fallout fans absolutely fucking hate Bethesda's execution in terms of story and stuff like that, but I'm not one of those people. I actually enjoy the way that they implement story in their games from a standpoint of looking into the lore and sitting there reading the wiki entries and sitting there watching a 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 80-hour videos. I love the way that they implement the lore because there's so much of it to just look into and look through. So like I said, the most thing I'm excited for about this update, whatever the fuck it comes out, is just seeing whatever lore they implement. Hit level 50 in Fallout 76 after the update. I'm about to exit out of this shit. See. Every time Fallout has a good idea, they find some fuck ass way to implement it gameplay wise. This is what I say when I say I love Fallout lore, but not gameplay. I don't want to play as a normal person and then turn into a ghoul. I just want to play as a fucking ghoul, bro. Hit level 50 in Fallout 76. Ain't nobody doing that, so basically nobody can play as a fucking ghoul. Hit level 50 in Fallout 76 after the update lands, and you'll be given the opportunity. So you still got to do extra shit to unlock it on top of that. Just let me play the game and start as a fucking ghoul. Maybe make it so that, you come out the vault and you start as a regular person, but like an hour into your journey, like after you get through the tutorial type section, you can get ghoulified. Through a story-driven quest line that sees you meet up with a team of researchers and outcasts. Choose to do so and you'll be completely changed, although you'll have the ability to adjust to customize your new skin light look. What? Oh, skin light look. Okay, the enter fucked me up. But your new skin light look right down to the fine details. It's a decision that will transform everything you know, everything about how you approach the survival game. My brain was getting fried right there, but it is also 11 p.m. But As a ghoul, radiation won't harm you. Instead, it will actively heal and buff you. Worries about hunger and thirst are gone, but instead you'll have to maintain a pharaoh meter. Okay, that's one thing I always did wonder, like how in the fuck were they going to be able to balance this? Because one of the main things about Fallout is you not being immune to radiation was one of the hazards of the world. If they take that hazard out the world, because for ghouls, radiation is a good thing. So if they take that hazard out the world, how are they going to balance it in terms of the survival aspects? Because, you know, Fallout does care about making you struggle to fucking vibe. Worries about hunger and thirst are blah, blah, blah. As this depletes, you'll lose more of your humanity but gain strength and speed. They should make it harder to control your character. A cool feature that they could do is the more pharaoh you get, yes, you get higher strength and speed, but also your character just randomly, you lose control and they just start attacking anything close to it. Whether it's a boss, whether it's a fellow character, human, ghoul, animal, companion, or not. When your pharaoh meter starts getting lower and lower, the higher chance you get for your character to just take away control and just lunge at the nearest person to you and just attack them until you get your pharaoh shit under control. Let's say until one of your teammates sedates you, or they shoot the pharaoh shit at you, or something like that. I feel like that should be a thing. If you like, you could even lean into becoming a full pharaoh berserker. Yeah, because if they don't add something to balance that pharaoh meter, that just makes it so that you would be stupid to not turn yourself into a ghoul. If you like, you could even lean into it's important to note that in the spirit of fun, none of these transformations are truly permanent. You can even revert to being a human if you change your mind, although Bethesda notes you will only be able to do so for free once. Damn, so they say you get a try before you buy. Okay, that's pretty cool. I think twice is more reasonable, but I can understand why they chose once. Is this something new? Is this a new broadcast? Oh no. Like if this came out in the last week or so, I might skip around it. 1 month ago, hell no, get this shit away from me. I don't care. Being a ghoul comes with a range of benefits and detriments. There are a wealth of new ghoul-specific perk cards. Those are going to be fucking annoying to get. That can be used alongside the regular human ones. You can even choose to become a glowing one, allowing you to spread glows, a radioactive resource that can be consumed for effects such as damage boost, to other nearby glow players. Damn! So you could be a ghoul healer? You're going to be playing as a ghoul strategist like his Marvel rivals out this bitch. The major downside is that many factions will treat you differently, yeah, because for those of y'all who aren't intimately familiar with the Fallout lore, especially the Brotherhood, there are other factions, but especially the Brotherhood of Steel are extremely racist towards ghouls. Basically, they treat ghouls like gay people. There's nothing actually really that wrong or harmful about them to you, but people lose their fucking minds because they're insecure in themselves when they see them and they don't understand them. So that makes them freak the fuck out even more. The major with the Brotherhood of Steel, an obvious and notable example. See? Didn't even have to read that part. I'm telling you. I love FO lore. While you can apply an in-game disguise to hide your true nature, that's only a temporary fix. True. Lacoste says it was important that the transformation felt significant. We aren't going to give players just a stupid outfit that doesn't give any effect on anything else. That's a really easy way out. True. I would hope that there's certain different mechanics that come with you being able to play as a ghoul, seeing as how different they are and the fact that they can automatically heal from major injuries and stuff like that. I don't know, ghouls have some cool different abilities, so to me it's interesting to see how they're gonna be interesting to see how they like intimately implement this, especially lore wise. Your core gameplay still feels similar, but the way you're treated in the world and even how you think about the environment is completely different. As a ghoul, I'm no longer wary of high rad zones. I'm actively seeking them out. I sped straight to the middle of a fissure site to take advantage of its natural healing potential as I took on a scorch beast. Oh, another thing too about it is you're gonna be discouraged away from talking to people basically. So like they said earlier, how a lot of people are gonna be racist towards you. If you, let's say you're in a camp full of human NPCs and you become a ghoul and they get racist towards you and they say, ew, no ghouls allowed around here. Basically, you're gonna have to build a new settlement in Ghoul Land like they did in Necropolis. Ooh, I wonder if they're gonna implement something like Necropolis in the game. Actually, let's ask Perplexity AI. A ghoul search. First result that comes up. When you're playing Fallout 76, can you visit Necropolis? This doesn't. When you're playing Fallout 76, can you visit Necropolis? Period. The fuck is... Why is it lowering the volume of the music and everything? It's not recording anything. When playing Fallout 76, can you visit Necropolis? Bitch! The fuck is it? Alright, hold on. Maybe it has to be empty. No, I pressed the wrong one. When playing Fallout 76, can you visit Necropolis? I swear to God, if I gotta type this shit out, bro. Oh my God. Every other time I use that shit on screen, it works. But now, all of a sudden, it works. Fallout 76 players can't visit Necropolis. It is a location exclusive to the original Fallout game. That's not true. Necropolis is in either 3 or New Vegas. Is depicted as a city inhabited by ghouls and is part of the surrounding Vault 12, where the effects of radiation transform. Blah 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 blah. Y'all can read that shit if y'all want to. I already know what Necropolis is, and I know they body. With many players clocking in thousands of hours, however, a fully permanent transition was off the cards. We're not restricting people, Big Bro explains, but we're also not doing things like forking your character where the human one gets left behind. So we said, let's just make a really good lore-friendly way for players to go back and forth. Glowing one. Oh, that's the shit they was talking about where you can heal other ghouls. Given that there are several perks designed to benefit groups of ghouls, does the cause foresee a future where it becomes the standard? There's going to be a lot of peer pressure from people to be a ghoul, which is great. I think that's awesome. People communicate. That'll probably be cool for role playing, because like one underrated thing I think that people underestimate about this game is probably the role playing potential. So like people are probably going to form an in-game clan cult type situation where they try and pressure people into being a ghoul, and that's going to be pretty fucking funny. They'll probably try to find parties that are full of ghouls so they can actually take advantage of some of those ghoul perks. You're tackling the challenging new Fallout 76 Gleaming Depths raid. You'll want every edge you can get, so I certainly imagine that being the case. From a gameplay standpoint, Fallout 76 is a world that has been designed for humans and the inherent drawbacks they possess. Becoming a ghoul turns much of that on its head. You can still use power armor if you want, but it's largely unnecessary in ghoul form. True, because why does not taking damage matter when you could fully heal your heart if it blows up? That also, how the fuck are you gonna get a power armor? Because it's not like you could walk in a Brotherhood of Steel and be like, hey, I won't be one of y'all and get a power armor, because they're gonna stone you to death, because again, they're racist towards ghouls. So how the fuck you gonna get one? That does open an opportunity for maybe power armors in the future that do take advantage of the ghoul perks. Lacoste muses, although he's quick to note that there's not certainly anything to this effect in the works. The Ferrometer is another aspect he's proud of, and he describes it as ghouls' versions of Bloodied, a popular build that requires players to stay at a low health, typically by staying at a high rad level. They do become a glass cannon, health is less, accuracy with weapons is less, but they get this huge boost to melee. Kind of curious to see how that works out. I'm curious too. Like I said, my biggest thing is I think it would be fun as fuck, especially in an online massive multiplayer online role-playing game, if they add a feature where your character can turn in, where when your character gets to lower lower and lower feral levels as a ghoul, it ups the likelihood that they are to like just start crashing out on their friends randomly. I think that would be a cool mechanic. So Todd Howard, if you hear me manifesting, Todd Howard, if you hear me, add that, nigga. Especially in Fallout 5. You double better add that in Fallout 5. All of this poses one final question. Is Fallout 76 facing an all-ghoul future? No. And does Lacoste think that the team will have to find ways to entice players to stay in human form? As of right now, unless there's more to it, yes. Because I didn't hear not one drawback to becoming a ghoul. Oh, when your feral meter gets lower, you get stronger. That's a good thing, nigga. I think there will be a mix across the board, but the ghoul is an interesting mechanic now, and people are going to try it. They're going to get in and create new loadouts. I'd predict a dramatic reduction in average player flesh quality when the update arrives in early 2025. There's currently no fixed date for the launch of playable ghouls, but the latest roadmap for ongoing Season 19, the Scientific Forge, suggests that we can expect it sometime around March. I can't help but wonder whether Bethesda will be watching the response to this updates as it makes decisions for the next game in the series. I hope it does. I hope that they finally shut this shit the fuck down and make a real Fallout game. Something else that apparently needs to be shut the fuck down is every game in the FGC. Because according to Events Hub, the FGC has fallen off. Tekken 8 has been forgotten. Mortal Kombat 1 should have been canceled. I agree with that one. And they're saying I almost said Final Fantasy. And they're saying Fatal Fury is just boring. Should have been thrown in the fucking trash. Nobody plays that. Which, by the way, if you're American and you don't know what Fatal Fury is, don't be surprised. This game is mostly popular in Latin America, Japan, overseas. Going back to it. Oh, this is a link to a fucking video, dude. To a fucking video. I fuck with Jam Cross, but I thought this was gonna be an actual list on a website. I wanted to look through this list and see what were the game awards for VGC, because they made Peak their game of the year. So what else did they mention? Nothing else. Oh, let's look at the honorable mention. Honorable mentions: Ballataro, however the fuck you can pronounce it. Ballataro, Indiana Jones. I don't know how the fuck Indiana Jones snuck in there, but to be fair, I haven't played it. What else? Also, Indiana Jones came out like 2 weeks ago, so I don't think it's fair for y'all to say that this soon. But and the last thing I wanted to talk about is Blue Sky starting to kick Twitter's ass. Because one of my main complaints about Blue Sky, one of the main things I said about Blue Sky, and I said about its interface, its UI and whatnot, is culture-wise, Blue Sky is like a cultural reset in terms of social media for Twitter on the text-based platform side, because Twitter has become a toxic landscape, hellscape, wasteland because of that motherfucker in charge named Elon Musk just making the most baffling bozo decisions known to man that absolutely nobody asked for, and he keeps adding more and more features into Twitter that are just fucking over the platform. And I understand he's trying to be progressive with AI, but he's doing it in a way that everybody is noticing, and it's pissing a lot of people off. So if you actually go outside and you're not chronically online, basically Blue Sky is taking a lot of Twitter's users. So you know how you used to scroll on Twitter back in the day and it would just be people talking about what they did today, maybe somebody saying, oh, I got a sandwich from this new shop near me, that shit is fire. It's just people sharing art, sharing funny memes and stuff like that. Well, social media is supposed to be about people just sharing cool stuff online. That's the Blue Sky culture for now. And another thing I like about the Blue Sky platform is there's a lot of features they have implemented that Twitter would never implement. Like, for example, if somebody has a block list, you could subscribe to that block list, follow that block list, and it'll block everybody on that block list that is currently on it and everybody that will be added to it. So, for example, you know how like on Twitter, There's those MAGA weirdos. Cause like I don't want to say there's nothing wrong, but if you are Republican and whatnot, whatever, that's one thing. But if you're one of those Republican weirdos that are over there jacking your dick off every time Donald Trump says something, and anytime somebody says, well, I don't like X, Y, and Z, here your ass go coming and say some racist shit. And it don't even be low-key racist shit. It just be outright racist shit. And Twitter don't even do nothing. You report them, Twitter's like, you get a penalty for fake report. Fake report? They called me a slur clear as day. What the fuck are you talking about? Anyway, now, when you go on Blue Sky, the block list feature, like I said, blocks everybody on the list, and everybody that will be added to the list automatically gets added to your block list. So you can mass block people ahead of time. And that feature is fucking amazing. Cause like all of them bot accounts that post bot links in comment sections, I don't see none of that shit. All of them blocked, muted off the rip. And then there's also like follower pack. There's follower packs. Fucking they have a feature where you could customize your timeline to be certain things. So let's say, for example, you want to have a timeline where you only see gaming news. You could add a bunch of gaming news timelines to that gaming news outlets, like their pages, to that timeline, and only see that. And Twitter kind of has a feature like that, but it's buried in the settings, so nobody knows about it, and it seems like a new feature even though it's not. Anyway, one thing they were missing is now they have a mentions tab in your notification area. Let me see. App version 1.96 is rolling out now, and this release of notifications mentioned to oh shit. Oh fuck it, we ball. Let's read about this. Actually, I don't really have to read about it. Like I said, I'll glance over it a little bit, but like I said, the most important thing about this post to know is that a lot of those quality of life features that I said Blue Sky was missing, they're adding in. And that could be nothing but a good thing, because guess what? The more features they add in, the more competition Twitter gets. One thing before that kept Twitter from like, I don't want to say kept Twitter. One thing before that let Twitter, I should say, make dumbass decisions is they had no competition. Nobody gave a fuck. Now with all these AI changes and stuff like that, and the fact that Blue Sky exists, and that there's a mass exodus from Twitter to Blue Sky, and that I'm seeing more and more people posting their Blue Sky account on Twitter. Hey, this may be the second social media revolution, because the first one was a creation. Now the second one may be, oh, all of these motherfuckers went like bankrupt, started doing dumb shit nobody asked for because they thought they had a monopoly, and motherfuckers moved somewhere else. Maybe that's what we're seeing in real time. It is what it is, and it ain't what it ain't. That being said, let me